That's a big bear. Look at that pad, his toes. That's the bear we're looking for right there. That big bear we were watching yesterday afternoon, this is a tree he was rubbing on. This is mid-back level for that brown bear. So he's a good 3 feet taller than me, and I'm 5'10". So that was a 9-foot bear yesterday we were looking at. There's 2 brown bears, and right now we haven't determined whether they were 2 males wanting to fight earlier, or whether it's a big boar wanting to mate with a female. Just get closer, we'll find out. That bear owns this mountain.
There are people in this world that go looking for adventure. And then there are those that live it every day. Alaska Outdoors Television. Experience Alaska like never before.
Kodiak Island is really an untapped wilderness. It is off the mainland, it's difficult to get to by private plane, and sometimes difficult to get to even by commercial plane. Because of the remoteness, there is such an amazing potential for hunting and fishing and sightseeing over on Kodiak Island. Fun, guys. Unlike a lot of places in Alaska, you see a variety of animals. It's not uncommon to see deer, fox, eagle, lots of fish, crab, whales. It's just amazing the amount of wildlife over on Kodiak Island. Like I said, it's an untapped wilderness that maybe after the show airs, it won't be quite so secret. So in Alaska, in order to hunt big game in Alaska, you have to have a hunting license, and then for certain species, you have to go down and purchase a tag as well. In addition to the normal tags and normal hunting license, the state of Alaska offers some drawing hunts. And there's a large number of animals that you can put in for, from moose to caribou to some of the more difficult animals to shoot, like the muskox, the Kodiak Brown Bear, some of the more highly sought after animals. Matthew and I put in for what's called a party hunt. We put in together, so either we both draw or neither draws for the Kodiak Brown Bear. And we were very fortunate to draw the Kodiak Brown Bear permit for Kodiak Island. There are 2 seasons to hunt the Kodiak Brown Bear. There's the fall, when the Kodiak Brown Bear are eating on salmon and deer and anything else that they can get their paws on. And then there's the spring hunt. In the spring, the Kodiak Brown Bears are coming out of hibernation. They're looking for food. They're looking for the weak deer that may not have survived the winter too strong, and anything else that they can eat in the spring to try to replenish the mass that they lost during the long winter hibernation. It's first morning. We're heading down to the south end of the bay to spot for bear. Up on the hill, I saw this big brown spot, so we had 3 pairs of binoculars on it, and then it started moving to the right out of this opening and into some alder.
Is he by that creek? Or to the right of that creek? Because I sort of lost him.
So right now we're trying to pick it up as it comes out of the alder, and then we'll take a look and see if we can make a path up into that hill and try to find a way to get to that brown bear. The Kodiak Brown Bear is the largest bear on Earth, and Matthew is a fantastic hunter, but these are big bears, and I felt more comfortable having another person with me, so I asked my good friend Todd Olson to come with me. Todd is a fantastic hunter, avid outdoorsman, and somebody that I really trust to be out in the woods with, especially around Matthew. Todd was a trooper. He recognized that his role was merely to assist us since he didn't have a tag, but he was still willing to go on the hunt with us, which was real admirable.
The weather's been pretty decent this morning. I thought it might be raining, and we're going with the wind, so that's kind of nice.
So we've been pretty lucky so far. The weather's good. We've got snow up high and a lot of brush down low, so we're going to have to make our way through these alders and brush to get up to where this bear is. He's a little below the snow line, so this bear at least we won't have to worry about the snow, but we will have to worry about the alder. I've had my Browning 300 for years and years and years, but these are Kodiak Brown Bear, the biggest brown bear on Earth. And so I actually went out and purchased a bigger Browning rifle. I purchased a left-handed .338 Browning and one for Matthew as well. And after sighting in these guns, we had some custom ammunition made by Precise Ammunition, and they loaded up some beautiful ammo for us in the 225 grain. They put some Barnes bullets on top of that 225 grain, which really packed a nice punch, and it made us feel comfortable going down to Kodiak with that horsepower.
Those are some really nice tracks.
What we found on this trip is that we spent an enormous amount of time with our binoculars and with our spotting scope, because we're looking for brown bears on the beach, we're looking for brown bears up on the hills, we're glassing the terrain that was covered in snow, looking for brown bears that stick out. We're looking at terrain where there wasn't very much snow and trying to pick out those brown bears inside the dense forest. And so the better the glass, the better chances of success you have. And so we were fortunate. We had excellent binoculars with us, and we had an excellent spotting scope. And it's particularly nice when you're doing your stalk, because as you're going up and down hills and around terrain and over terrain, you can easily lose track of how far you are from your animal. Soon we're into our hunt. We're starting to see some brown bear. Not the brown bear we were looking for. We were looking for something a little bit bigger. After all, this is the monster Kodiak brown bear we're going after. And then we saw this very large Kodiak brown bear. So it's 7:30 at night, first day of our hunt. This is the third brown bear we've seen today, and this one's a big one, but he's got a nasty rub on the top of his back. He just did the coolest thing as he was walking along the bank. He found a big tree, stood up on his hind legs, and just started rubbing his back like he had an itch. And he came down and started rubbing his right shoulder and then his right rear. It looked like he was doing a little dance, but obviously he's trying to rub off some of that winter hair right now, and that his back really stands out. You can see his skin on the top of his back because he's rubbed it so much. So it's a beautiful looking bear, but I think we're gonna pass on this one, and it's day one. We still have several days to hunt.
It's a beautiful windy day, but we're feeling lucky. Insulated boots today. A little warmer, a little drier.
That big bear we were watching yesterday afternoon, this is a tree he was rubbing on. This is mid-back level for that brown bear. So he's a good 3 feet taller than me, and I'm 5'10". So that was a 9-foot bear yesterday we were looking at. What I'm looking for in a Kodiak brown bear, I'm looking for size, and I'm looking for a brown bear that has a nice coat, nice rug on it. That's a big bear. Look at that pad, his toes. That thing is huge. That's the bear we're looking for right there. You know what Matthew and I were talking about? If we get lucky and we both get one, doing full mounts with them fighting. Right there in my entryway. That would scare the heck out of everybody, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would. Right as my stairway goes up. With any spring brown bear hunt, you have to try to time it right with the snow melt, because the bears just don't wake up on a certain day and come out of their dens. They come out when the conditions are right. Sometimes that means a lot of light. Sometimes that means that the snow is dripping on their head in the den and it's irritating, so the bears come out. When you have cold nights and warm days, sometimes the bears will actually come out of their den and then go back in their den. And so you want to time it so that the bears are out of their dens, but you also want to time it so they just come out of their dens. If the bears have been out of their dens for a long time, it can be more and more challenging to track the bears and find the bears that you're hunting.
We spotted some bear tracks this morning that we knew weren't there last night, and we just kept looking at them, trying to follow them down the hill, and we finally saw them where Matthew actually spotted them, where the tracks came over, and there was 2 brown knobs, and the one brown knob on the right lifted its head. So now we're making a plan for our stalk, and we're just getting ready. Gonna put spot and scope on them, and keep track of them at all times so we don't lose them.
We're ready for action, baby.
Oh, hold on. I don't think that's a sow and a cub. She's backing down that other bear. She's challenging him.
Look at the white. Oh yeah. Those are 2 boars fighting, getting ready to fight.
That one's trying to back that one off the cliff.
Yeah. Just charged it.
That is not a cub. Those are either 2 boars or a sow and a boar.
Yeah.
Because it is getting close to mating season. Oh, we can get on him, I bet, in an hour and a half. We're going to take our time, make sure we don't spook him. Being real quiet, he's not that far, actually. He's no more than probably half a mile away right now.
We had to come up with a plan, because you need to remember that the brown bears are up there with their nose going. It's sticking up in the air, trying to smell all kinds of things. You know, they're looking for danger, which would be us. They're looking for deer to try to hunt and kill for food. And overall, you have to be concerned about scent in the air, not only smell, but then also noise. So we planned it out with the wind. We saw which way the wind was coming. We looked at the path that would bring us up to the bears in the quickest fashion and the most efficiently. And then we also looked at where we wanted to be positioned based upon the movement of the bear. And after factoring that all in together, up the mountain we went after these brown bear.
Okay, are you guys ready? It's go time. We're gonna leapfrog. I want to keep an eye on them until those guys get up there. And then when they get an eye on the two bears again, I'll move up to where they are. And we're just gonna leapfrog. We'll still keep an eye on them because we don't want to lose them. We're now within 500 yards of the brown bear. There's a brown bear straight up this doggone mountain, way up high in the snow, about 500 yards as a crow flies. And then if you go over about a half mile, you see another big brown bear. There's two brown bears. And right now, we haven't determined whether they were two males wanting to fight earlier, or whether it's a big boar wanting to mate with a female. As we get closer, we'll find out. But we're chasing that big one right now, because that big one is side hilling it on this mountain. It's amazing how fast these things move. They're moving like it's just effortlessly, faster than we can run. So we're gonna try to make a path up this mountain diagonally so we can try to cut them off. Go get this guy.
And we went up, and then we jogged around to the left, and then we went up above them. We started to come back around to the right. As we were making our way side hilling, we're keeping our eye out for this brown bear, and we knew that the brown bear was going to be close. And then all of a sudden, I get this tap on my shoulder, and it's Matthew saying, "Dad, right there." So we immediately got down and started to assess the situation. The brown bear was already within firing distance. The other brown bear was gone. And so as I am getting into position to line up my rifle and take a nice clean shot on this brown bear, the brown bear started to move slightly towards us. And of course, when you're looking at a big Kodiak brown bear coming towards you, all of a sudden that raises the stakes a little bit. The nerves start to get going, and the adrenaline starts to flow.
That bear owns this mountain.
Lo and behold, I look up, and that brown bear gets up, and had to put another shot in that brown bear, which ultimately finished off that bear. Matthew, way to go, man. Hey, you spotted that bear from the boat? Frickin' A, man. You called the stalk, and I thought we had lost him. I thought he was gone. I thought he had scented us or winded us or heard us, And Matthew picked him up right below us, man. Way to go.
Yeah.
All right, let's go get that bear.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that bear was up on top of a ledge, and after that bear got up, after the first shot, the bear started to move a little bit towards the edge, and when the second shot came, it knocked that bear over the edge. That's a dead bear. But before you go down a hill after them, man, you better put one back in the chamber. You never know, they're tough buggers. Which made the recovery a little bit challenging as we had to go down into melting creek, sort of waterfall area to try to recover this Kodiak brown bear. And when you're trying to recover this big animal, it's a little easier when you're on flat ground than it is on a side of a mountain with part of the brown bear being in a creek. So we didn't do ourselves any favors there.
Awesome. Beautiful rug. Look at that thick winter hair. Nice.
We just got down off the hill with Rob's bear, and we decided to have a sandwich and something to eat. And about 5 minutes after that, we spot a bear over here. And then a couple minutes after that, there's a bear down the beach over here. So we're just keeping an eye on them and seeing if they're gonna move. It's low tide, so we really can't get to them really fast. So we're kind of waiting.
Oh, grab it. All right. Dinner time.
Bunch of crab to eat for dinner.
Oh,
Doesn't get any better than this, baby. So this was a pretty exciting time. We're about halfway through our week-long brown bear hunt on Kodiak Island, and it was time to...
we made it. Excellent day.
Excellent day, my man. Turn our attention towards Matthew. We still had one more bear to get, and we still had several more days of hunting here on Kodiak Island. So the hunt continues.
To the meat house.
We're gonna hang the back strap from the first bear.